I'm Alan Spears with Occupy Democrats, and in some incredible and quite frankly surprising breaking news, we have just learned that the legendary rock and roll musician Bruce Springsteen has just delivered a bombshell of an announcement that is sure to cause devastation to Donald Trump and his campaign and any prospects he has for the White House come this November. Now, if you are somehow unfamiliar with Bruce Springsteen, a very brief overview. The man is an absolute legend, especially within rock and roll, and has been in the industry for over 50 years now. But perhaps most notably, Springsteen and most, if not all, of his music has its roots in the blue-collar and working-class America. In fact, many of the songs and the thematic through lines of Springsteen's music tends to focus on stories of struggles and the toils of the working class and trying to raise a family in challenging times and adversity. All of that is to say that Bruce Springsteen could very much be seen as a hero to the working class, or more often than not, Republicans, especially in Middle America. Now, don't be confused either. Just because Springsteen tends to write a lot about the struggles of the working class does not mean he is necessarily part of them, as the man has actually just recently officially become a billionaire, with his net worth, at least as of this recording, coming in at $1.2 billion. That is billion with a B. Now, if you were anything like me, you might assume that because Springsteen is in fact a billionaire, and the fact that he writes and sings a lot about working class America, well, you might expect him to be on the right or be voting Republican or for Donald Trump come this November. But in an absolutely bombshell announcement, Springsteen has delivered some rather unfortunate news to Donald Trump and his fellow Republicans. I'm sure he will be tweeting or posting on Truth Social all about it tonight. So take a look and see for yourself what Springsteen had to say and the devastating blow he just delivered to Donald Trump and his campaign.
Hi, I'm Bruce Springsteen. Friends, fans, and the press have asked me who I'm supporting in this most important of elections. And with full knowledge that my opinions no more or less important than those of any of my fellow citizens, here's my answer. I'm supporting Kamala Harris for president and Tim Walz for vice president, and opposing Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. Here's why. We are shortly coming upon one of the most consequential elections in our nation's history. Perhaps not since the Civil War has this great country felt as politically, spiritually, and emotionally divided as it does then at this moment. It doesn't have to be this way. The common values, the shared stories that make us a great and united nation are waiting to be rediscovered and retold once again. Now that will take time, hard work, intelligence, faith, and women and men with the national good guiding their hearts. America is the most powerful nation on earth, not just because of her overwhelming military strength or economic power, but because of what she stands for, what she means, what she believes in. Freedom, social justice, equal opportunity, the right to be and love who you want. These are the things that make America great. Donald Trump is the most dangerous candidate for president in my lifetime. His disdain for the sanctity of our Constitution, the sanctity of democracy, the sanctity of the rule of law, and the sanctity of the peaceful transfer of power should disqualify him from the office of president ever again. He doesn't understand the meaning of this country, its history, or what it means to be deeply American. On the other hand, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are committed to a vision of this country that respects and includes everyone, regardless of class, religion, race, your political point of view, or sexual identity. And they want to grow our economy in a way that benefits all, not just a few like me on top. That's the vision of America I've been consistently writing about for 55 years. Now, everybody sees things different, and I respect your choice as a fellow citizen. But like you, I've only got one vote, and it's one of the most precious possessions that I have. That's why, come November 5th, I'll be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Thanks for listening.
You know, it is absolutely refreshing to see a billionaire like Bruce Springsteen actually be tethered to reality and not ranting and raving online about conspiracy theories. The man seems to want what's best for this country. The same cannot be said about, well, frankly, a lot of other billionaires. And he is absolutely correct. Donald Trump is the single most dangerous presidential candidate this country has ever had and perhaps ever will. And the amount of compassion that Springsteen has for his country and its people goes to show that you can be rich, you can be successful, and not become some crazy megalomaniac like Donald Trump. You have to wonder that since Springsteen's music is pretty much the anthem of the working class and very often the right, perhaps maybe this will help wake them up. Perhaps maybe this will finally shift their perspective and see Donald Trump for the incredibly dangerous threat that he is. But of course, only time will tell, and like Springsteen said, the most precious thing that we all have is our vote, so be sure you cast yours Tuesday, November 5th.